This is Kazi. I have been working as an application consultant for the last 10 years. The objective of this channel is to share my experiences and knowledge with the newcomers in this industry and contribute back to my field. So today we're going to talk about the types of roles that we have in an application consultancy field. So the first role we're going to talk about today is an application consultant. He is the one who is the bridge between the IT and the business. He is the one who goes to the implementation project for the first time, and he's the one who understands the business process. So this is one of the most important steps in any implementation, where you need to understand the business process. You don't need to rely on whatever the business users are saying. You just need to go file by file, case by case, and document and understand the business process and how the business is working. Once you understand the business process, and the application consultant goes and map those business processes into the application. So as a result of mapping those business processes in the application, the functional consultant comes up with a model which we call it the future process model. Future process model is a model which distinguish the current practice with the new practice, which means with the future practice, which means that once we're going to implement the application in the organization, how the future business process will be. So once the future process model or the future way of working is agreed with the business, the functional consultant configure a test instance of the application. So this is the test instance in test clone of the application. The test clone will be used once it is configured to test the business process into those application, into the test application. So the functional consultant sits with few of the key users, like in each domain, like from finance you will get 2-3 users, from HR you will get 2-3 users, and with the key users, and he sits with the key users and run the application process per process to see how the application is working as per the business requirement. As a result of these testing, there are different testing procedures, and after multiple testing, the functional consultant comes up with a list of issues which we call it gap. So these issues are where the business process is not fully matching with the application functionality, and there are gaps in between the application and the business process. So at this stage, the functional consultants work with the technical consultant. The technical consultant, I'm gonna talk about the technical consultant later in this video. So he works with the technical consultant to fill the gaps which have been identified in the business process and in the application side. So once the gaps have been filled, so the functional consultant takes few of the key users, the decision makers, and do an end-to-end testing of the entire application and runs the full business process in that application. This is called the final testing or user acceptance testing. Once the user has accepted the new business process, then the final stage is to go and conduct training sessions. Like, he's the one who goes to each and every users and conduct the training sessions, and to train the user how to use the application in their business processes. Once the users are trained, the application is configured for the final time, the gaps are filled, and it's time for the go live. The users are trained, the application is okay and is as per the agreement with the business. So it's time to go live, and from that day onward, this application becomes the sole application where the entire business is run in that application. So as I mentioned, the second role that I'm going to talk about, which belongs to an application consultancy field, is called a technical consultant. As I've mentioned before, that the technical consultant is a person who is the one who fills the gaps between the application and the business process with the help of the functional consultant. He is the one who interacts with the functional consultant. The functional consultant give him the functionality that is required to be built in the application. He is the one who does the coding and the development to build that functionality, and then the functional consultant tests and verifies that the functionality as per the requirement, and then it goes and deploy the functionality to the business users. So the main role of a technical consultant is to take and understand the functional specifications or the specification that are given to him from the functional side or the functional consultant, understand those functional specification and write a logic using different programming languages to build those functionalities in the business application, and then work with the application consultant or the functional consultant to see that the functionality is as per the requirement. If there are any bugs or any issues, the functional consultant should test and identify it to the technical consultant, and that the technical consultant will fix those bugs. Once it is certified and the functionality is as per the requirements, it goes to the user. The user do one round of testing, and then it goes to the deployment, which means to the end users, where they use this functionality in their business process. Another role which is a very important role is called DBA, which is a database administrator. The database administrator is the person who sets the platform where the application will be installed. He is the one who is responsible for installing the application, and he is the one who is responsible for maintaining the applications. Once the data is entered in the application, there is a continuous maintenance required. So he is the one who maintains the application and do the deployment of functionality which are given by the technical consultant to the application. So he is more focused towards maintaining and deployment of the application. So the final role in an application consultancy field is the role of a project manager. Again, it is a very important role. He is the one who is responsible for the big picture. He is the one who initiates the project and is responsible for the entire project in terms of the management, in terms of the planning. He's the one who makes the plan and take care of the plan. He's the one who monitors the execution and makes sure that everything is in control. He's the one who finally close the project whenever all the phase and all the deliverables are complete. He's the one who closed the project. Moreover, he's the one who's responsible for the for managing the scope, the cost, the time, and the risks that are associated with the project, and the overall the quality constraints of the project. He's the one who's responsible for that. Thanks for watching my video, and to know more about the application consultancy and what are the things which are related to the application consultancy, stay tuned to my channel and subscribe. Thank you.